Hi, welcome to another session of Successfully. Today I'm in New York City with Amanda Munz. Amanda is the founder of the Fashion Foundation. Amanda, it's our pleasure to be with you today. I know you had a big celebration last night.
Yeah.
So I'll let you introduce to us what is the work that you do, because you have this extensive, impressive background in the fashion industry. And I feel like you're becoming this fashion icon in New York.
I know,
well,
like that. Okay.
You're definitely a fashion entrepreneur, and your name is recognized in a lot of the press media. So tell us how everything started. How do you become a fashion entrepreneur?
So I went to high school for fashion design, and then I went to FIT for fashion merchandising. So that's kind of where my fashion career started, in high school. I had my first internship at 16 years old at a very large swimwear manufacturer. So at 16, I had my first internship, and I stayed there for 5 years. So I had a lot of experience by the time I was 21. And when I was in FIT and I was doing all my internships, I just constantly saw these brands throwing things in the garbage. And a lot of times it's just samples that are piling up in designer showrooms, and nobody knows what to do with these samples. So they were piling up in showrooms, and you give them to friends and family, and you have sample sales, and you try and get rid of them, but we overproduced so many samples that there was always stuff left over. So that's kind of how this journey even started. It just kind of happened.
You saw this need that you needed to work with sustainability for fashion and be protecting the environment. So this is what you saw the need to help.
Yeah, I mean, when I first thought of this, my first thought was, what can I do for these samples?
Mm-hmm.
How can I get samples to not be thrown out? And that was just very simple. Like, how do I stop this? And I wasn't even thinking like, I'm gonna save the planet and I'm going to save all this merchandise from going into landfills and sustainable fashion. That wasn't really talked about 5 years ago. So my just very simple thought was, what do I do with these samples that are lying around? And that's why I started it. I'm going to get designers to give me those samples so that I can put them to good use. And it was just a very simple mission.
A small idea.
Small idea. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess it's blowing up.
So we should probably share why we're in a hotel room.
Yes.
So tell us, you had a big gala party. So you do that yearly gala event, and where you raise funds for your organization. Tell us about it.
Yep. So last night we had our annual Black Tie for School Supplies Gala, and I hosted 300 people in New York City for our big gala, and it was open bar and food and dancing, and we had 2 photo booths, and everything is donated to me. So from the photo booths, the flowers, to the food, everything is donated to help our mission. And we raised about $45,000 last night, which is great. And I also announced our biggest project of, we are going to build a playground in one of our schools in Harlem. So that was our big announcement for the night. So I didn't get home until 2 o'clock in the morning. And we also hosted an after party. So that's why you came to my hotel room, so that we could just sit in the bed in my pajamas, in my moccasins, and do it like straight up. It's entrepreneurship. Like this is real life.
Yeah, this is exactly. You find a way. Where do you find some space to do a video and to have?
Exactly.
But you know what? Here in New York, there's so much traffic, so much noise, things like that. So this is perfect.
It's very true. So this is, and I'm in my bed, so this is perfect.
So that I saw some of your postings online that you mentioned, like you got everything donated for this event, which I think, like when I follow you online on social media, I see you have this ability to just build relationships. And I mean, I think that's an entrepreneur. That's what people will want to know. How do you do this? How do you make these connections? Because you have, I mean, your work's recognized in a lot of the press, and you made really good relationships with like big brands. So tell us, what would you recommend for a new startup or an entrepreneur? How to build those relationships?
I mean, people ask me all the time, they're like, you have a lawyer, can you set me up with your lawyer? You have an attorney that's helping you for free, can you give me your attorney? And I want to say no. I found that person on my own. I didn't have these connections 5 years ago. Every single person that supports me, I found some way or another. So I don't, half the time, want to give people that, it's almost like giving them a one-up, but it doesn't benefit you in any way. So my thing is, go back to the basics. Like yesterday at my gala, the flowers, the furniture, the food, the desserts, everything is donated. The photo booths. So the furniture is donated from Geo Events. I didn't know Geo Events 2 years ago. And I was Googling, I needed furniture for my gala 2 years ago. So I was Googling and I found this place called Geo Events. It was on Long Island, that's where I'm from. And I called this number on Geo Events, and this guy answered, and I was like, look, I need furniture, I host this big gala, we can't afford it, we have no budget. I started telling him about what I do, and I was like, we help a lot of students in Brooklyn, we give them school supplies and gym equipment, and this guy, Giovanni, was like, you know what, I grew up in Brooklyn, like, I understand it, I get it, I'm gonna help you. And that was it. And like, I have chills right now even thinking about it, because it also was a phone call, and you get the right person, and it doesn't happen with one phone call. You can call 100 people, but that 100th person might be your connection. So everybody thinks that it happens so easily. It doesn't. Like, even with flowers, we could reach out to 30 flower places and one person answers us, but they donated flowers, so it works. Call somebody. Even email, reach out to on the website, their emails, just reach out to people, and don't expect everybody to answer you, because they're not going to.
Yes.
Nobody's going to answer you. But you're going to get lucky with a couple of people, and those couple of people pull it together for you. So because of these phone calls and these emails, I've built connections by either just reaching out randomly, going to a lot of events. I go to networking events, I go to fashion events, I go to school events, I go to charity functions. Anything that I can be social and tell my story, I go to.
Yes.
And people think that it's partying. It's not. It's networking.
No, it's networking.
It's networking, yeah.
Yes. Where you feel like right now that you reached, like you accomplished so much that you feel the most proud of as an entrepreneur?
It's really bad, and my friends keep telling me that I have to stop doing this, but I keep saying that I'm not successful. So when you say that I'm successful, I'm like, am I though? And that's something that I'm working on as an entrepreneur, because for you to say it to me, that means something.
Yeah, of course. I mean, may I say is that successful means in many things, right? It could be, for some people, it could be money, it could be a status, but it's also achieving your dreams or doing something of value where you feel like I've accomplished, I'm making a difference. So I see you as that you are making a difference. You're building amazing relationships they turn into friendships or like long-term relationships, and then you are making a difference for a lot of people and a lot of kids, and I mean, raising so much money, getting an event last night of 300 guests, everything donated. Not an easy thing to do for anybody. So I do call that success. It might not show for you like, okay, what is that point that you want to reach, but you are making a difference for others. So I think you're successful. You're here for that. Because of that.
I know, and it's tough to swallow, but I have to start saying that I am successful in those ways. But the thing I'm most successful about for the education side of what we do, which is providing kids with school supplies, started as a very basic mission. We're going to give them pencils, notebooks, art supplies, very basic things. And this year we just did our biggest project ever, and we filled a library in Brooklyn that didn't have any books with 800 brand new books.
Amazing.
So to me, that is something that is going to be there for the next probably couple of decades for these kids. They didn't have books in their library. We just built something with them that is going to be there for the long term. We didn't build the library, but we filled it with what they needed.
With the value.
Yeah, and that's going to stay there. And even this playground, you know, pencils come and go, and they go very quickly in schools, but this playground is going to be there for a very long time. So to me, the successful part is building these long-lasting, bigger projects. They cost more money, but they last a lot longer, and we're always going to give them the basics. It's always going to be whatever they need.
Okay. What are you thinking that you could help as an entrepreneur to successfully members?
I can definitely help people with getting out of their shell, building their networks. Not everybody knows how to build their networks. Most people don't know how to build a network, and I have definitely built a network from zero. And I think that I can kind of guide people on how to network, how to get your story out there, how to build relationships with press and media and other entrepreneurs and just people in general. And all of these connections and marketing and PR all helps to build your story. And as you're building your story, more people find out about you and your business grows.
Exactly.
go back to your
share
roots,
the
talk
story.
to people. Like, you just have to tell your story.
Yes, and this is why I have you here, because I wanted to share your story. There's so many people that probably have heard your name somehow or seen your social media, but they might not know the story. And since you are a member of the Successfully community, people are gonna want to know who is Amanda, what is she doing, and what is she doing next. They'll follow you, so they will want to build that relationship with you, an opportunity to work with you, because you hold so much value and knowledge and experience that only you know. You work hard to get it, where you could make a difference in somebody else that is starting. Because as a startup, like, okay, I want to do this, I have an idea, how do I do this? And it's like connecting with the right people that the doors open.
Yeah, it is. It's just sharing the stories. This is not given to you. You have to build this. And I also started a blog recently because I feel like everyone keeps asking me, what's your story? How did you do this? How did you do that? How did you meet this person? I feel like now is the time for me to kind of start sharing those things. I post one Instagram picture and that's it. It doesn't say anything. There's a little tiny caption.
Yeah.
The blog is now going to be a space for hopefully even the Successfully community to look into it and help them kind of build their knowledge and database. So I hope all of this helps everybody that's watching.
Yeah, I think so. I think they will. What are the next steps? What's next for Amanda?
The next step is me sleeping for the next week. Because coming off of gala is very stressful. And then I'll probably go into the library, the playground, and then holiday season. It's mid-October, and once December hits, we start doing a lot of things for holiday, filling backpacks, holiday gifts, hats and gloves. Then all of a sudden it's springtime and it's end of school season, and it's just one thing after another.
It never ends.
It never ends.
No. You only work for New York, right?
Only New York schools.
Yeah. I think this city keeps you very busy.
They do.
Already.
There's plenty of schools that need our help in New York.
Yeah, definitely you got everything here. Okay, well, thank you so much. It was amazing. I was really looking forward to doing this chat with you, because I've been following you, I know your work, but I really wanted to share this. So I'm really thankful that you're doing this with me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, if you want to work with Amanda Munz, you can find her Successfully. Thank you so much.